You pursue inner peace, yearning for profound, transformative rest, yet nightly your mind battles shadows, leaving you exhausted and unfulfilled. This profound disquiet is not a flaw. It's the insistent alarm of a soul seeking reconnection. Paramahansa Yogananda and the Bhagavad Gita reveal that true repose is not found in escape, but in a conscious, nightly alignment with your divine purpose, demanding unwavering intention. The ancient wisdom asserts that your sleep is far more than mere biological necessity. It is a sacred pilgrimage, an unconscious surrender to cosmic forces that either bind you deeper to the illusion of Maya or liberate you towards the eternal. But what if the very change you desperately seek is locked away in a single, simple act you've neglected before you close your eyes each night? What if 5 potent words could redefine your reality? Comment below with one word that describes your current experience with sleep and inner peace. The gnawing feeling of spiritual stagnation, the persistent fatigue that no amount of physical rest seems to dissolve. This is the silent burden your soul carries. You wake not refreshed, but heavy, as if you've wrestled with unseen forces all night. This isn't just modern stress. This is the echo of unaddressed karma, the clamor of the subconscious ego refusing to yield its dominion even in slumber. Your waking life, filled with conscientious effort and spiritual seeking, often feels disjointed from your nights, where chaos seems to reign. You seek divine guidance, yet your dreams feel like a jumbled mess, a battlefield of anxieties, past regrets, and future fears, offering no clarity, only further exhaustion. The underlying truth, as Yogananda revealed through the timeless teachings of the Gita, is that your nightly journey is a direct continuation of your day's accumulated consciousness. Your current state of unrest reflects a fundamental misalignment. Your conscious mind may strive for transcendence, but your subconscious remains entangled in the dense web of unresolved karma and the illusion of separation. This isn't merely psychological, it's a profound, spiritual disease. You are locked in a cycle where the exhaustion of your waking mind, unable to find peace even in sleep, perpetuates a deeper spiritual fatigue. The door occulta abordada here is precisely this: the anguish of a soul desperate for guidance, yet perpetually ensnared by the very mechanisms meant for rest. The inimigo comum, the chaotic whisper of the subconscious ego, manipulates your dreams, transforming them into a replay of your deepest insecurities, preventing the true healing and integration your spirit craves. You are not dreaming. You are reliving your unconscious attachments, reinforcing the very patterns your waking self endeavors to transcend. Consider the teachings of Krishna to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. Man is made by his belief. As he believes, so he is. This truth extends beyond your conscious convictions, permeating the very fabric of your sleep. If your deepest subconscious belief is one of struggle, fear, or unworthiness, then your nights will mirror that belief, projecting it into a distorted astral landscape. Yogananda emphasized that the subconscious mind is not merely a storage unit for memories. It is a powerful creative engine, constantly working, even as you sleep. When left undirected, it operates on default programming, a compilation of past experiences, ancestral imprints, and unfulfilled desires, all woven by the threads of karma. This undirected energy becomes a silent saboteur, preventing true spiritual rejuvenation and blocking the flow of divine insight that could otherwise permeate your slumber. The anguish you feel upon waking, the persistent sense of spiritual drift, is not a sign of failure, but a clarion call from your higher self. It is your soul signaling its profound need to consciously engage with the divine, even in the liminal state between waking and sleeping. The superficial solutions, more sleep, different routines, calming sounds, address the symptoms, but never the root cause. The true remedy lies in transforming the very nature of your unconscious experience, to transcend the mental noise that binds you to earthly concerns even when your body rests. This transformation demands not just a change in habit, but a conscious redirection of your deepest energetic currents. You yearn for clarity, for a guiding hand, for a breakthrough in your spiritual journey. Yet the dor occulta abordada persists because your most vulnerable state, that of sleep, remains an uncharted territory for your conscious will. It is here, in the quietude of the night, that the ego can most freely weave its illusions, pulling you away from the light of your true nature. Your exhaustion isn't just physical, it's a cosmic fatigue, born from the soul's tireless but often undirected struggle to break free from karmic patterns. What if I told you that the key to unlocking this nightly prison, to turning chaotic dreams into profound spiritual communion, lies within a simple, yet profoundly potent, act of intentional surrender just before you cross the threshold of sleep, and that this act, performed consistently, could rewrite the very energetic blueprint of your existence, revealing your deepest dharma? The journey you embark on each night is not a passive descent into oblivion, but an active, albeit often unconscious, pilgrimage of your soul. This is the Tema principle in its profoundest sense, the cosmic blueprint for spiritual evolution, revealed through Yogananda's insights into the Bhagavad Gita. Sleep is not merely a pause from the material world. It is a sacred portal where your soul travels, reviewing the day's actions, processing karmic imprints, and, if properly attuned, receiving profound guidance from the astral realms. It is during these hours that Krishna's dialogue with Arjuna resonates with ultimate clarity, showing us that every moment, conscious or unconscious, is an opportunity for action in alignment with dharma or purpose. The spiritual ascent is never a gentle climb. It is a narrowing funnel, where each test grows more challenging, and the emotional cost of avoidance escalates. Your nightly unrest is a microcosm of this larger spiritual war. Initially, the battle appears external, the anxieties of daily life, the stress of modern existence invading your peace. But as you deepen your introspection, you realize the true conflict is internal, a fierce struggle against the inimigo comum, the subconscious ego, which clings to its perceived control even when your body is inert. This inimigo comum thrives on the chaotic whispers it generates in your mind, twisting them into fears and doubts, preventing the soul from aligning with its true divine purpose, its dharma. This is the espiral de tension. You begin by fighting external battles, trying to silence the world's noise, only to find the noise within intensified. Your attempts at peaceful sleep are met with heightened mental resistance, a surge of unresolved issues, karmic debts silently demanding attention. The fear of deep rest, of truly letting go, is rooted in the ego's primal terror of dissolution. It perceives the profound surrender of sleep not as restoration, but as a threat to its very existence. You grapple with doubts about your spiritual path, fears of unworthiness, anxieties that your efforts are futile. This internal struggle, this dor occulta abordada of a restless mind, becomes the crucible where your true commitment is tested. The Bhagavad Gita teaches karma yoga, the path of selfless action. But what is selfless action in the realm of sleep? It is the conscious relinquishment of egoic control, the offering of your nightly experience to the divine. Without this offering, your sleep becomes a field for unguided karmic proliferation. Each anxious thought, each lingering attachment, each unresolved emotion from your day becomes a seed planted in the fertile ground of your subconscious, growing into the very suffering you experience. You might strive for enlightenment during the day, yet if your nights remain untamed, you are inadvertently sabotaging your own progress, reinforcing the illusion of separation that Yogananda warned against. Your soul, however, is not a passive victim in this nightly drama. It constantly yearns for communion with the divine, for Release from the cycle of repeated patterns. The restless nights, the frustrating dreams are not merely burdens. They are urgent signals, divine whispers from Krishna, guiding Arjuna towards deeper self-mastery. They are your soul attempting to process, to heal, to break free from the unresolved threads of past karma. But without conscious intervention, without a deliberate act of will, these whispers can become a torrent of noise, drowning out the clear guidance your soul desperately seeks. This state of heightened internal conflict, this espiral de tension, forces a crucial question. Are you willing to surrender your habitual patterns of unconscious sleep? Are you prepared to face the deepest layers of your inimigo comum, the subconscious ego, which resists this surrender with every fiber of its being? The path to liberation, to finding your true dharma and experiencing profound bhakti, demands a conscious choice to transform your nights from a chaotic battlefield into a sacred sanctuary. But this transformation requires not just desire, but a powerful, intentional act of devotion and self-mastery, a specific invocation that transcends mere thought. Are you ready to embrace the only path that offers true reprieve from this endless cycle of mental combat? This is the precipice of your awakening. The espiral de tension has led you to this moment, where the cacophony of your internal struggle meets the profound silence of a timeless solution. The solution is not a passive prayer, but an act of cosmic alchemy, a deliberate reprogramming of your deepest being. It is the ceremony of death, of the ego's nightly reign, and the rebirth of your soul into conscious communion. This alchemia final transmutes the lead of suffering into the gold of pure consciousness, revealing the non-dual reality that Yogananda and Krishna ceaselessly taught. The path to profound rest and spiritual alignment, to dissolving the inimigo comum of the subconscious ego and embracing your true dharma, lies in 5 sacred words, repeated with absolute conviction just before you surrender to sleep. These are not mere affirmations. They are a direct invocation, a powerful decree aligning your individual consciousness with the omnipresent divine. The words are, I serve God, I am soul. Let the rhythmic resonance of these words permeate your being. As you lie down, allow your body to relax, your breath to deepen. Begin to repeat them, silently or softly aloud, focusing your entire attention on their profound meaning. I serve God. This isn't a plea, it's a declaration of your highest intention, a conscious offering of your life, your actions, and even your unconscious state to the divine will. It is karma yoga in its purest form as taught by Krishna. It is bhakti, absolute devotion, surrendering your egoic desires and aligning with a universal purpose. In this single phrase, you relinquish the burden of control, releasing the unresolved threads of past karma and declaring your ultimate allegiance. This act of service, even in sleep, reweaves the fabric of your destiny, placing you squarely on the path of Dharma. I am soul. This is the core truth, the direct realization of your eternal identity, as championed by Yogananda and echoed in the Upanishads. You are not the body, not the mind, not the fleeting emotions. You are Atman, pure consciousness, a spark of the divine. By affirming, I am soul, you dismantle the illusion of Maya, piercing through the veil of physical existence and reclaiming your spiritual sovereignty. This is the truth that dissolves the illusion of separation from divine purpose, allowing you to rest in the unshakable peace of your true self. Feel the power of these words as they penetrate every cell of your being. Imagine them not as sounds, but as living currents of divine light, washing away the mental chatter, the anxieties, the fears that have plagued your nights. This is the invocation of oniric clarity, not a trick but a spiritual technology honed by masters. As you repeat, I serve God, I am soul, visualize yourself consciously detaching from the day's events, from the body, from the mind. You are not just going to sleep. You are purposefully entering a state of higher consciousness, inviting Krishna's wisdom and Yogananda's grace to guide your astral journey. The climax of this practice is not forced, but an experience that happens in you. The repetition becomes a mantra, a sacred hum, and suddenly, the mental resistance begins to dissolve. The chaotic whisper of the subconscious ego quietens, not through struggle, but through the sheer force of your devoted affirmation. You will feel a profound stillness, a widening of your awareness beyond the confines of your physical form. This is the moment of spiritual peak, where your intention aligns perfectly with the cosmic flow. You are no longer merely falling asleep. You are consciously aligning your soul with its divine source, inviting dreams of profound clarity, healing, and guidance. This powerful alignment, achieved through unwavering discipline and devotion, doesn't just promise change, it initiates an inevitable transformation. You are actively participating in the recreation of your inner world, turning the door occulta abordada of restless sleep into a conduit for divine truth. This is your birthright. Now pause and absorb these words. Feel their weight, their truth. Have you ever truly, deeply declared, "I serve God, I am soul," with every fiber of your being? What secret fear or doubt within your heart resists this ultimate surrender to your divine nature? Comment below with soul if you are ready to make this declaration and begin this sacred nightly practice. The true transformation, the inevitable change promised by this practice, isn't a sudden explosion, but a serene, profound shift in your entire being. It is the new normal for a soul awakened to its nightly pilgrimage. After consistently repeating, "I serve God, I am soul," for 7 nights and beyond, you will find that the chaotic battleground of your subconscious mind has been transmuted into a sanctuary of peace. The door occulta abordada of restless nights gives way to a luminous clarity, a deep inner stillness that permeates your waking hours. This is the fruit of conscious devotion and self-mastery, the living testament to Yogananda's teachings on Kriya Yoga and Krishna's guidance on Bhakti. You will begin to awaken with a newfound sense of purpose, not the vague sense of dread or fatigue that once shadowed your mornings. The unresolved threads of past karma that once manifested as anxiety-ridden dreams will start to unravel, replaced by vivid, meaningful visions and a profound sense of inner resolution. Your dreams will cease to be arbitrary, chaotic narratives. Instead, they will become a direct dialogue with the eternal, a conduit for divine guidance, revealing the subtle pathways of your dharma. You will experience sleep not as mere oblivion, but as a conscious journey into the astral realms, guided by the loving hand of the divine. This inner peace, once an elusive goal, will become your constant companion. It is not the absence of external challenges, but an inviolable fortress within your consciousness, built brick by brick through nightly communion. The chaotic whisper of the subconscious ego, the inimigo, kamum, that once dominated your nights, will be silenced, its illusions dispelled by the radiant light of your awakened soul. You will find an enhanced capacity to observe the dramas of life without being consumed by them, becoming the witness consciousness that the Vedanta speaks of. This serene detachment, born from your nightly alignment, allows you to act with greater clarity, compassion, and courage. The change manifests in tangible ways. Daily decisions become clearer, guided by an intuitive wisdom that was once obscured. Relationships deepen as you operate from a place of genuine love and spiritual understanding, rather than egoic reaction. The persistent feeling of spiritual stagnation dissolves, replaced by a vibrant sense of momentum, a profound understanding of your unique purpose in the cosmic play. You become a living embodiment of the Bhagavad Gita's wisdom, acting in the world with detachment and devotion, knowing that I serve God, I am soul, is not just a mantra, but the very essence of your being. The illusion of separation from divine purpose will fade, replaced by an overwhelming sense of unity and connection. You will perceive the divine in every breath, every interaction, every moment. The fear of death, which often underlies the door oculta abordada of spiritual searching, will lose its grip as you experience the eternal nature of your soul, not as a belief, but as an undeniable reality. This is the ultimate liberation, to live each day anchored in the peace and power of your true divine self, knowing that your nights are no longer a struggle, but a conscious journey home. Your life transforms from a reactive existence into a proactive dance with the divine, each night a sacred rehearsal for the grand symphony of your awakened Dharma. You have traversed the path from inner turmoil to profound peace, from fragmented sleep to conscious communion. The change you sought, born from those 5 sacred words, has blossomed within you, revealing a radiant truth. You now experience life not as a series of random events, but as a divinely orchestrated tapestry, each thread imbued with meaning. But what if I told you that this liberation, this profound alignment of I serve God, I am soul, was not solely for your individual peace? What if this personal awakening was merely the initial spark, intended to ignite a far grander flame? The Jornada Infinita doesn't conclude with your personal enlightenment. It merely begins there. The teachings of Yogananda and the timeless wisdom of Iwa, Krishna in the Gita emphasize a truth far grander than individual salvation, the interconnectedness of all souls. Your awakened state, the peace you now embody, creates ripples in the vast ocean of consciousness. The inimigo comum of separation, of the ego's illusion, thrives on isolated suffering. But when one soul awakens, it sends a beacon into the collective unconscious, a silent call for others to remember their true nature. Your transformed sleep, once a private battle, now becomes a source of subtle yet potent energy for the world. As you consciously align with your Dharma and devotion each night, you are not just healing your own unresolved threads of past karma, you are contributing to the dissolution of the collective karmic burden. The illusion of separation from divine purpose isn't merely a personal affliction, it's a planetary condition. Your radiant peace, your unwavering connection, becomes an antidote to the very chaos you once experienced, a silent prayer for universal awakening. The cliffhanger philosophico is this: you have found your own sanctuary, but can you truly rest in its serenity, knowing that countless souls still grapple with the very anguish you have transcended? Is your duty to God, to the soul, fulfilled when your own peace is secured? Or does it demand a wider, more profound engagement? Krishna called Arjuna to action, not just for personal liberation, but for the restoration of Dharma in the world. Yogananda beckoned his disciples to share the science of self-realization, to spread the light of Kriya Yoga for the benefit of all humanity. Your awakening has equipped you with clarity, power, and an inabolable faith. But what is the next step for a soul that has tasted such profound liberation? What is your responsibility when you have seen beyond the veil, when the door occulta abordada of spiritual stagnation has been replaced by the vibrant current of divine purpose? The journey ahead is not about maintaining your peace, but about becoming an instrument of it. It's about translating this sacred inner truth into outer action, not through struggle, but through the overflowing grace of your being. The question then becomes, for a soul now intimately connected to God and fully aware of its eternal nature, how will you, in your waking life, embody this truth and extend its transforming power to a world desperately yearning for the same profound shift? You are no longer a seeker. You are a rememberer. You have initiated a sacred shift, not just in your sleep, but in the very core of your being. You have stepped onto the path of conscious devotion, understanding that I serve God, I am soul, is the foundation of your existence. This profound awakening isn't meant to be held in silence. It is a force that yearns to be shared, to resonate with other awakened souls. Your mission, now that your nights are bathed in divine peace and your days guided by unshakable Dharma, is to amplify this truth. Join a community of conscious beings who are actively reweaving their karma, aligning with their purpose and embodying the eternal wisdom of Yogananda and Krishna. Subscribe to this channel, activate the notification bell, and ensure you don't miss the next step in this infinite journey of liberation. Your journey of I serve God, I am soul, has just begun its grandest phase. Step forward, let your radiant consciousness be a beacon, and together, let us illuminate the path for all.